Hello, my name is Brian Baber, and I am here to talk with you about painting of your home and different quality levels. So, in the book I wrote, In Home Building Your Dream Home Room by Room, I have a chapter called Painting Pointers, and that's what this blog topic is going to be about today. So, let's talk about paint. So, there's lots of different qualities of paint, there's different qualities of paint contractors. And if you think about it, it's the final product that's often put on a home. So whatever behind the paint the paint's going to amplify that. Was it a good framing job, covered up by a good drywall job, finally covered up by a good paint job? And so you want to think about, what are you covering up, or what are you actually going to be showing? So let's first talk about let's start with a drywall. So drywall can be finished with level 2, 3, or 4. There's different levels that you finish the drywall, and it depends on how much skim coat you put over the drywall board itself. So, a level 3 might be you only skim the joints, where a level 5 you would skim the entire board and give it a uniform structure that you're actually painting against. That's actually the best, but you're going to pay the most for that as well. Paint is similar. So you have different levels of paint. You have paint that will hide imperfections well, and then you have paint that just goes on quickly. One of the things, when I think about painting a job, when you look at the overall cost of it, most of the cost is in the labor. So we've decided as a company to use the Sherwin-Williams, their best Emerald. Emerald is their best top of the line paint. And that's the paint we're using now. And so that represents, 10 to 20% of the overall cost of the paint job typically is in the paint material itself. And we decided just to use the best of the best. What that means is it's going to be more washable. It's going to have longer lasting in the sun. It's going to, hide imperfections in the drywall better. So, you might talk about the sheen, or do you use flat or eggshell or semi-gloss or gloss. On a drywall on the wall, you're typically going to use a flat. Some people might want to go with an eggshell or a satin, but just keep in mind, the more sheen you have on the wall, the more you're going to see the imperfections. So regardless, if you put a high sheen drywall on drywall, you will absolutely see imperfection in the drywall. It's not meant to be a perfect product. So we've dealt with that many times over the years, and I can just tell you, use a high quality flat paint is going to be your best bet on a drywall job. Every now and then we'll have folks that will want to change, like a kid's bedroom or a bathroom or something, to having an eggshell or a satin, and in limited spaces I can see where that would make sense, but usually it's going to be a flat. And now, in terms of your trim, a semi-gloss is generally going to be the paint that you're going to see most of the time. Crown molding, your baseboard, your doors, that's going to be a semi-gloss, so it's going to have a little shine to it. But you'll be able to see the wood textures and such in the door, in the trim work. So just keep that in mind too. We'd be more than happy to discuss this with you in more detail if you like. Do not hesitate to reach out. Hopefully this was helpful for you, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.